Hot temperatures are back in the forecast as we go through the next couple of days. That's going to impact the entire county. Weather impact alert days. Details ahead.
The heat is on across San Diego County, and it's humid too. Tips to help keep you cool and advice from a local doctor.
The man charged with shooting a gun into another vehicle during a road rage incident made his first appearance in court today. I have more on what he pled to attempted murder charges.
A bizarre incident in Vista. A man arrested for pulling out a slingshot, firing it, and hitting at least one person.
And I sit down with juror number 3 from the Larry Miliete murder trial. She shares how they reached a unanimous guilty verdict.
The first women's sports bar is about to open in North Park.
We begin tonight with a live look from East County, where it was hot today, and it's one of the areas in the county expected to get even hotter tomorrow. Good evening, and thank you for joining us. I'm Carlo Cicchetto.
Hi, everyone. I'm Stephanie Simmons, in tonight for Marcella. In addition to the higher temps, San Diegans are also dealing with increased humidity. We can really feel it out there. Tonight, we're working for you and sharing ways to stay cool, and we will have more on that for you in just a minute.
But we begin tonight with Chief Meteorologist Carlene Chavis with a first look at what you can expect. Carlene?
That's right, a whole lot of heat. And we also have that humidity that is around. So the humidity is there. Temperatures climbing a little bit more by tomorrow. And then we have more of that heat into Thursday, and that's going to impact the entire county. So some humid days, even though we will have a little less of it by tomorrow, but still looking at some pretty hot highs that will start for tomorrow for Wednesday as well as Thursday, with heat alerts going in effect across the entire county. So we have heat alerts. They're still going to be about 10 a.m. Wednesday, so tomorrow morning all the way until 8 p.m. on Thursday. But now you can see the entire county is going to be impacted. Extreme heat warnings from the inland valleys to the mountains to the desert. You also have the heat advisory right there along the coast. Beaches into the 80s and near 90 degrees, mid 90s to 104 for the inland valleys, mountains in the 90s below 6,000 feet, and back into those 110s with highs up to 115 possible across the desert. Most likely to happen for the desert, especially when you're getting to those really hot temperatures. But another thing to talk about is the fact that those overnight lows are actually going to be warmer than usual as well. And so these are the temperatures that you would actually have right before your sunrise, and that's going to be at 5:51 tomorrow morning. So pretty warm out there at night and morning hours. We'll get some more details on just how hot it's going to be coming up. Stephanie.
All right, Carlene, thank you. As always, you can find an extended weather forecast on the CBS 8 app. Just download it on your phone or TV and stream us now for free. And as Carlene just mentioned, the humidity is making things even more uncomfortable than usual during hot summer days. But there are some things you can do to help your body handle it.
News 8's Steve Price talked with a local emergency room doctor and shared some important information and helpful tips.
Across the county, we are no stranger to heat in July, August, even into September. But usually it's a dry heat. Not today. It's extremely humid out there, over 70% across parts of the county, making it feel even hotter than it actually is. An awesome sight over the East County Tuesday afternoon. Huge thunderheads rolling in, but with them comes a spike in humidity, and that has doctors concerned.
The humidity is basically transferring more heat energy to your body, so it's making it harder for your body to stay cool.
Dr. Andrew Eads works in the emergency room at Sharp Memorial, where they're preparing for heat-related illnesses, especially among our most vulnerable populations.
It's people who are older, who have chronic illnesses, they're on dialysis, they're on a lot of medications. Those are the people who could really get in trouble pretty quickly.
So what symptoms should you look out for? If it's heat exhaustion, you may experience dizziness, thirst, heavy sweating, or nausea. For more serious heat stroke, it's confusion and unconsciousness.
They're slurring their speech. They don't know where they are. They're not acting right. That's a sign that there's a serious problem going on, and that's not a situation where you just want to rest and drink some water. That's probably somebody who really does need to go to the hospital.
Doctors recommend limiting your work outside, especially during the hottest times of the day. Drink plenty of water and other non-alcoholic fluids, and opt for looser or lighter colored clothing.
If you're already thirsty, that means you're behind. You need to hydrate proactively throughout these heat waves just to make sure that you're good and healthy.
Another tip, put a cold washcloth or ice pack on your pulse points to cool your body. At home, close your blinds and curtains during the day. According to the U.S. Department of Energy, 76% of the sunlight that hits a standard double pane window turns into heat. In cases of extreme emergency heat, FEMA recommends putting aluminum foil covered cardboard over your windows to reflect the sun's rays. It's going to be even hotter tomorrow, so start preparing now.
Heat-related illness is cumulative, so if day after day it's hot in your house and you're not sleeping well as a result, that kind of stress on the body can really add up.
Steve Price, News 8.
What started as a lane change ended in a freeway shooting and now an attempted murder case.
News 8's Alex Cheney was in the courtroom just hours ago where the suspect faced a judge for the first time. Alex.
Yeah, Carlo, this is a really frightening case as a moment of road rage turned into a shooting on the freeway. And now the man charged with pulling the trigger pleaded not guilty today.
You've been advised of your constitutional rights.
In downtown court today, 27-year-old Zian Wayne Aldrich of Fresno pleaded not guilty to 3 counts of attempted murder, along with weapons-related charges.
He denies all allegations.
Prosecutors say the shooting happened Thursday night on the transition ramp from eastbound State Route 52 to southbound Interstate 15. The California Highway Patrol says a lane dispute escalated when the driver of a Volkswagen Passat fired multiple shots into a Ford Explorer. Inside the SUV were 2 adult women and a 7-year-old child. The driver was struck by gunfire and taken to the hospital. The child and the other passenger were not hit.
I have spoken to the victim and her family. I can't disclose her status, but she is doing well, and we wish her a speedy recovery.
Investigators say the man fled the scene, but CHP detectives tracked him down and arrested Aldrich the next day in San Diego.
Custody status will remain at no bail status.
Aldrich remains in custody on no bail as the case moves forward.
With these types of charges, obviously there's concerns of firearms being used. Our goal is just to make sure not only this victim's safe, but the community is safe, and that everyone driving on our roads and freeways is safe while doing so.
Aldrich is due back in court on July 22nd. Reporting live, I'm Alex Cheney. Back over to you.
Thanks, Alex. Now to a bizarre situation in Vista where a man was arrested accused of firing a slingshot inside a bar, hitting a window and at least one person inside.
News 8's Kelly Hessedall spoke with the bar owner and has the latest now from Vista.
Yeah, and this all happened here at the Scotland Yard pub here in Vista. This is a very well-known bar here in Vista. I'm told that this guy apparently was causing some problems inside the bar. Staff told him to leave, and that's when he pulled out this small slingshot. It was described to me as a toy-like one, and started firing it.
He just was talking to some people. They didn't like it. We asked him to leave. He didn't like it, and he got his little slingshot out. Boys will be boys. I don't know. He probably found it or had it in his car. I'm really not sure.
Courtney Wilson is the owner of Scotland Yard Pub. Last night around 8:30, deputies responded to the bar after a man identified as 33-year-old Cameron Van Oostendorp caused a lot of commotion. Sheriff's deputies say he was asked to leave, but then returned with a slingshot and began firing projectiles, hitting a window and a customer in the hand.
He hit a person, but they stayed and business was as usual. Nobody was really bothered.
Deputies say a witness gave them the license plate of the suspect's Jeep. They located the suspect's vehicle a couple miles away on Copper Drive and arrested him. Dina Evans owns a business a few doors down from the bar.
Being a slingshot instead of a gun, I never promote violence. I think he was upset, he was mad at somebody, but I think it's a better way to go than with a gun. Haven't heard of that one in, since David and Goliath, but hey, to each their own.
Things happen when people drink. Some people are happy drunks, some people are bothered, Unfortunately, he was just bothered by being asked to leave, and he did what he did.
Van Oostendorp caused about $1,500 in damage, according to the sheriff's office, and faces several charges, including felony assault, vandalism, and resisting arrest. Kelly Hessedall, News 8.
Thank you, Kelly. Frustration is boiling over at Mission Bay, where 13 of the park's 28 public restrooms are now closed due to City of San Diego budget cuts. Now someone has taken matters into their own hands, taping a poster to one closed restroom with the phone numbers to the mayor and city council members displayed, urging people to call and complain about the situation. It's their office numbers. A man we heard from today suggested the city wanted to do this to save money.
Just turn off the lights. We don't have to keep paying the electric bill as well. All the bathrooms have all the lights on 24/7, 365 days a year.
The city tells us the closures are needed for a balanced budget, adding that 20 other restrooms remain open across Mission Bay. House lawmakers are making moves to ditch the switch and make daylight saving time permanent.
Yeah, we've got those details still ahead. Plus, the Port of San Diego wants to hear from you about a project that could bring a Topgolf to San Diego's bayfront. We'll explain how you can weigh in.
The HMS Surprise is sailing into retirement. Its next journey coming up.